No, no. Yeah, I know. Morning, everybody. Chad, Adler Farms. Adler.
I own this farm.
I'm trying to find a place to dump these cubes, but they're on to me. So it's not that I'm trying to make them dizzy or drive them around, but local when they're hungry. If I just pull the truck over, they'll be all over me, and it's kind of dangerous, which is why we got these panels. Like if I were to just park the truck right now, they're on to me. Like they'll be on the truck in no time, and it's kind of a pointy situation. Let's drive down here to the bottom and see if we can. All right, drive down here to the bottom and see if we can get him to leave us alone for a second, long enough to dump cubes without getting run over. Easy now. Easy. All right. It's about to get Western. I'm gonna film.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Sorry. They were all out of food. They were all out. There's no food today. They were all out of food. Yep. Lo siento. No foodo. Move on. No. I don't think they buy it, or they don't speak Spanish. I'm not sure which one. Morning. Yep. Yep. Hold on, Junebug. Hold on. Stinker. Yeah! Brr! Brr! Woo! All right. Goodness. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need panels and a quick catch. Well, there's many reasons why you need them, but that's one of them. Last year, this is why we needed some panels. Remember last year we only had Tessie, June, and the two Baldies. And only two of them had horns. And June was so docile, we could touch her and pet her. And I mean, some of that's changed because she's a mom now. Hi, Cabela. And they do get a little bit more froggy when they become moms. But even with those panels last year, there were a couple times where it just felt kind of dicey. So when I say last year, what I mean is last winter. So I'm very excited to have these panels now. Like that, like I could have just, if I had them set up, which Chad, why don't you have them set up? You've owned them for 36 hours. I know, listen, hang on. They're actually sending me some It's some kind of post, which makes that more rigid and makes it stand up and it can't fall over, that kind of thing. Because going through the chute, going through the panels, you know, they're gonna bump them, they're gonna rock them a little bit, but once they're in that chute, you don't want that thing moving. So they're sending me a couple things that, which I mean, it weighs like 2,000 pounds, but once they're in there, to attach your panels, there's pins that you put in, and there's some other post. They're gonna, I gotta look it up. Anyway, we're waiting on one of those. They just didn't have them in stock. So apparently they're pretty important if they had all those panels and a bunch of Q catches, but no, not one of those posts. So anyway, we'll get it taken care of. Beautiful morning, my goodness. It rained yesterday. We got almost 1.5 inches of rain, so we're gonna have to go show you the pond. In case you didn't know, our son, Case, has a channel, our 14-year-old, and he's been trying to think of some things to do. And I've been reading that while crawdads are cool, and minnows and fish and things like that are cool, they can encourage snakes to come to a pond because there's a lot to eat. Well, we have crawdad holes everywhere. Like, we are just riddled with crawdads because we have a creek. Like, our overflow backs up to a creek. And in case you didn't know, crawdads, they're not opposed to crawling up a pond dam and living in the pond. That's for show. Oreo. Haha, see what I did? Hey, you're over there eating the nasty cockerburrows. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. I don't know, that's probably snake. But snakes don't really dig though. What would they dig with? I mean, they burrow, but they ain't gonna just drill a hole into the ground. So, could be moles, could be voles, could be who knows what. Boy, 2 peas in a pod right there, huh? What's up, buddy? What's it doing? What's it doing? But anyway, back to Case's channel. I got him something that's going to help with the crawdads and kind of, well, I can tell Ginger was taking a leak. Cabela wanted to watch. Ginger didn't want anybody in the stall with her. Sorry, dog. Listen, Cabela's like a 100-pound dog, okay? She's okay. I mean, let's be honest, her name's Ginger. She's gonna be a little fiery for no reason all the time. You know how it is, Gingers. This didn't fill up much because it was kind of it was a slow, smooth rain. It wasn't like these flash floods we've had. So it was pretty nice. Plus the ground, it's kind of weird when the ground, I'll get back to Case here in a second, sorry. When it's been really hot and really dry and really humid and the ground is just hard as a rock, flash floods appear to be more rain than when the ground's actually saturated, because those flash floods, the ground's too hard. It can't soak the water up quick enough and it just rushes in. That's why our mineral buckets were full. Because yesterday we got more rain than we've had in a single day all summer, and the mineral buckets aren't underwater. But it's because we've had rain the last couple days and the ground wasn't like slick as glass and hard as a rock. It was able to soak in, and that's why there's all this glorious green stuff around the farm. Yeah. Do what?
I don't want to get out.
All right, hang on. Woo. So back to Case. I bought him something, and he's going to help me eradicate some crawdads. And you know what that means? Nom nom. You ever eaten a crawdad?
I've ate like a cinnamon crawdad.
A cinnamon crawdad?
Yeah.
What kind of crawdad is that? Sounds spicy.
It's like a crawdad what like has pickles in it.
Huh, maybe he has. Pretty slick. You know what we should do? Tell them to send us some recipes, because there's some people down there. I mean, we got viewers from all over the world, but I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but down in Louisiana, them people know how to really make some crawfish. Crawfish boil, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell them to send us some recipes to this email?
Send some recipes
For the crawfish.
for the craft.
Yeah, I am super excited about this thing. And if you guys are bored, and I'm not putting this on y'all, but I think it'd be kind of cool if you guys kind of help me pick, you know, where to put some of this stuff. Like, I think we want it over there. And the reason is this is south. The whole south side of our property is the highest. So our property slopes from east to north. So I want that system over there. Plus, up on top of the hill, there's never shade. I could never put an animal in the chute during the day unless I build some kind of roof over it. And I wouldn't work them on a 110-degree day, whether it was down here or up there. But what I'm saying is there's never shade up there. Over here, there's shade about 4 p.m. So 3 or 4 o'clock. So I thought about, let me just show you, hang on. I thought about mowing this down to like putting green and setting up the whole system over here, because this is where all their minerals are at and all that stuff. And we are gonna section off, you know, pastures someday, but the most important thing is fencing them off and around the cabin and the house build and whatever that's gonna look like. So they're gonna have all this land to roam for quite some time. The only thing that might change that is if Ray were to get like some emus or some kind of animal that needed protection from all the other animals. You can see I kind of started it right here, and I don't have power back here, but I've got a generator. So if we need power, I've got a generator. I've got those giant battery boxes you see all over YouTube. And as far as water goes, we'll just get us an IBC tote. I mean, I'm not gonna like hold anyone back here. Hold anyone back, no idea where that came from. We're not gonna be holding, I did it again. Holding anyone back here. Is that how I talk? I'll be like trapping anybody back here and keeping them for an extended period of time, but we can get an IBC tote, plenty of water, bring it back here in case anybody gets thirsty while we're, you know, whatever. So anyway, yeah, you can see where I've mowed, and it's also very solid right here, very solid. So this had a lot of clay, and then they just put some good soil over it. So anyway, that's my 2 cents or 3 cents or 5 cents or however much cents that took. So okay, hang on. Being summoned by the farm owner. Look at all that gorgeous green grass. Yeah. Pretty slick?
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Look at that open, like, empty field that has, like, zero stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might have been where someone's house used to be, actually.
Could have been.
It grows in that big open field.
You think there's bones in there?
Yeah, because I'm wondering if that used to be someone's farm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of want to check it. So curious what's back there.
Yep. Let me show you these big pipes we got. See them?
Yeah.
Keep water from running over the top. We're going to put those big black pipes in it and bury them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
You're so silly.
That sounds like a plan, Stan.
Sounds like a plan, Stan?
Yeah.
All right. And that's another reason that I like putting their feed back there by those minerals, because they kind of get in a routine. They eat, and then they go over there and eat the minerals, which is great. That's our fly control, and just think of it like they're vitamins, if you will. WD-40 on this squeak back here. You ready? Maybe it's not the rubber stops. Somewhere something's rubbing. I don't know yet. No baby yet. We've been cruising around, looking, hanging out. No baby yet. But let me go show you where we've got water coming in the cabin. All right, little man's inside watching some YouTube. And yeah. So if you guys will remember, a few weeks back, probably like a month, we had water coming in the threshold right here. And I pulled the smart side trim off of this, installed a screen door. I don't know if it was coming in the, you know, where it wasn't siliconed very well or what. Personally, I think there's better products than just regular old silicone to keep the elements out. But we remedied it right by the door at least. And thankfully we're installing Floret, which is not a wood product. It's laminate, but it's waterproof, water resistant, surely, but it's got a rubber base on it. Hey. So it's worked for us, even when the floor got wet. But Goose. But yeah, let me show you what's happening. So this is called LP Smart Siding, and it's got a tongue and groove, and they fit together. And when you order your cabin, they're going to tell you every 4 feet it's double studded. Well, the reason it's double studded every 4 feet is where the seams come together. They've got to be able to nail, it's hard to do that backwards. They've got to be able to nail both of these big 4x8 sheets together. But if your framer, and this is not the person that's building Ray's new building, and it's not the person that built the coop or the greenhouse, okay? Completely different company. Somebody clearly missed some studs right here, big time. And they missed them over there by the window. And when we get blowing rain, it's coming right in through this seam. And thankfully, as you guys know, we're building this cabin out to live in for the boys while we build our house. But we're not like actively, you know, gotta finish this right now, okay? It's summer, we wanna spend time with the boys. And there's not paneling on the other side of this wall, there's just insulation, which the paneling adds no R value whatsoever. It's just for looks, but the paneling on the other side. Anyway, you can see where it looks like they fired this nail right here, and it actually may have hit a nail. So they came over here because they were off, which I don't know how they, you know, 1, 2, 3 over here. Like what, that doesn't make any sense. Like, did you sneeze? 1, 2, achoo, 3, 4. But when they did that, then they tried to just press that in, and they created a gap. The other day, that gap was almost 1/8 of an inch. And I came out here with a hammer and pounded it in pretty good. But what we're gonna do to remedy that, this is LP Smart Side trim, and it's only $10 for an 8-foot stick. And I think I've told you guys, but I'm not sure how many of you remember, but Case and I actually basically gutted and redid a house. Not any super heavy framework, just little things like we put in a new shower and tub. Case was like 5 years old, but I re-sided that house with this LP Smart Siding. That's how long it's been around. But I was advised by somebody who knew what they were doing to put the trim that they make, this stuff, on the seams because it helps tremendously. So that's what we're gonna do, that LP Smart Side, and get some trim. And it'll be very easy because this is all 8 foot. So just one piece of trim will run right down there, and we'll screw it in. I can caulk on both sides of it, and that will stop the leak 100%. We're not worried about the moisture in there. It dries out as quick as it gets wet. Plus, because we don't have it sheetrocked or paneled yet, there's nothing trapping the moisture. It's allowed to just get wet and dry. But we will check it for mold. We'll take the precautions. We've got plenty of extra insulation. If there's anything bad, we'll scrape it, kills it, KILZ, that's a product that kills mold. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure it's right and proper. Here's what I really want to do. As you guys know, we're working towards building a house. I'm really leaning towards a color called iron ore, okay? I really think, what's up? What's up? Crisis averted. Little man had to pee. Anyway, what I'm thinking about doing is, because it won't be very much, painting the whole cabin iron ore to see what it looks like. I mean, there's nothing crazy. I mean, it'll go great with the pink insulation we got up there. But by the way, if you order a cabin, ask for the thermal pane windows or plan on doing a lot of insulating, okay? We're not worried about the cabin. It's not a warranty issue. It's not something you can reach out. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know. But at $10 a stick versus calling the company and have them come out here doing all that. Well, but Chad, if you fix it, maybe that voids the warranty. They need to see the damage. I just showed you the damage. I got it on video. I got pictures of the inside where it's running in. I got you. I know they got to nail that bottom groove down, but trust me. Hey, save some for the whales. I've done this once or twice. This was a couple misfires, and somebody tried to cover it up with a thick coat of paint, if you want my opinions. So we'll see you guys here in a little bit. And I don't know if she'll let me start painting it today or not. We'll see. We might just go to Home Depot and throw it in the shopping cart and see if she notices there's a paintbrush or two. But remember, her building's coming in, and her building is white with black trim, just like this one. So if we paint this one, we're probably gonna have to paint that one. But I kind of like it. We want to see how it looks. Might as well do it on something that's semi-permanent, right? It looks good, right? Because I'm not going back up there. Okay, whoop. And then push it this way. Woo. How's it look?
It looks awesome. You got paint on the window though.
Yeah. Well, it comes off the window easily. The glass. I missed one spot. If I didn't show it, they couldn't find it. But
Good, babe.
you know who's gonna see that one spot? Yeah. The next guy that paints it. It's not gonna be me. So this was the high side. The other side is like a true 12 off the ground. All right. I'm dripping. Ooh, you are sweaty. Oh, look, I got it on my face.
Sweaty.
All right, we'll show you what color that is some other time, like in December. But what our idea was, since we're looking at building a house, I wanted to see what iron ore looked like on a grand scale. So we painted that wall because it was in the shade when we started. Okay, here's the deal. As you guys know, Ray has a channel, and she has opened up her members only area, which actually you've had it for a while, you just turned it on. But our members only area, whether you're watching my channel or hers, it's not pictures that you don't see ever if you're not a member. It's just stuff you see early.
It's like a sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Yep. And mine's been that way for nearly 3 years. So Ray's is going to be the same way. So like when the Kriya hits the ground, you'll see it in the members only area first. And it's usually just a few hours before the video airs.
Or like a day before.
Depends.
On my channel, it's probably going to be a day before.
True, because you don't post as often. So that's true. So it's never stuff that you're missing out on. You just see it a little bit later.
Us painting the cabin today was posted on my members only page earlier, so
that's where that comes from too. Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're seeing this, they see the same pictures. So if you're subscribed to one, you're going to see them on the other. Okay, but that's so anybody who can't, or you know, I'm not a member anywhere, so I can't justify it. There are a few creators that if they turned it on, I would do it. But if you can't justify it or can't afford it, that way you're not missing out on anything. You don't have to pay a dime to watch this channel, okay? You don't. Or hers. I never know when there's so many animals, I don't know who's coughing.
or choking on whatever the heck they just
It's like one of the kids when we're driving down the road and somebody starts coughing in the back seat. All right.
There's 5 animals at our feet right now.
We are going to paint the rest of the cabin though. I do like it. I don't think that's iron ore.
No, that's a lot
Ours
lighter.
is definitely darker,
Yeah.
but we may do that. We may not. Yours is still going to stay white. Your building, you like white? Okay. So anyway, with that
We can't
said,
go all black like you want.
I know.
I want it all white, and Quickly talked me out of that.
I know. Well, if we paint the cabin black, according to everybody, it'll be hotter inside. So, anyway. All right. I don't mean to be a stinker. It's just I've been standing in a tractor bucket for 3 hours painting over my head, and
he's terrified of heights.
I am. I hate them. And you know what I'm even more scared of? Ray in control of how high I am. I'm like, just bump it to the left.
I took some pictures of you. You should show them.
Oh boy. Well, I'm like, just bump the stick. Just bump it. Bam.
No.
Easy, bruiser.
I had you.
And then I turn around and
Or
like,
did I?
she's over there replying to comments like I'm nobody. And I'm like, babe, we gotta go down. We gotta go down.
Or I'm hiding in the shade.
With that said, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna go inside because I hear a kid screaming.
We need food.
And we need food. With that said, y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Thanks for being here. We got a lot more to share. Stick around. I don't even know where I was at because of whatever that noise was.
I think we're done. Deuces.
Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces.